Why should character be a condition prerequisite for knowledge of any kind? How do we experience the Atma within? The paths of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga are one and the same. We'll try to find answers for all the three queries from Gita. A wall or a hill or a tree is visible to saint as well as a sinner. The truth is in a proposition of geometry can be seen by everyone alike, whether he is a good person or a wicked person. Self-control and equanimity are not required to grasp the truth in such a case and to attain the conviction of its infallibility. It may be argued that the teacher's guidance and reflection may be needed to obtain knowledge. But why should a man be good in order to see what exists? Faults of character cannot affect the perception of a fact. Correct? If the Atma exists, it should be possible to ratiocinate and arrive at a clear conviction. Why character be a condition prerequisite for knowledge? The answer to this constitutes by far the most important part of Vedanta. But to see the Atma, we should not only direct our eyes inwards, but calm the mind and clear it of passion. Purity of thought and a sense of detachment, almost amounting to joy arising out of the liberation of the external stimuli, will remove the turbidity of the medium through which we have to see. It should be easy to see that what is in the back and beyond of our mind, so to say, cannot be seen unless the medium is clear and free of passion. It is not intellectual ignorance that binds our vision, but desires and attachments. That prevents us from seeing. If the truth is realized, it will be understood why a virtuous and pure heart is necessary to see the Atma within us. It will then also be evident that all the three paths are sometimes referred to distinct paths. The Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga are one and the same. Realization does not come by study or by learned discussions. It comes only to those who yearns for realization. It cannot come by mere knowledge to one whose mind has not turned away from the evil and has not learned to control itself to be at peace with the world. The openings of the mind, the sense organs, are directed towards. That was how the body senses are evolved by the Atma within. The senses being directed outwards, men's thoughts ever tend outwards. But some who are blessed with true understanding turn their minds inwards and realize the self within. Those without understanding pursue external pleasures and fall into the widespread net of birth and death, the cycle of birth and death. Those of whose steady mind do not spend their thought on transient pleasures, but seek the joy of the liberation. Vedanta leaves the matter in no doubt. In fact, it's with an illustration the Vedanta talks about it. Know the soul to be a rider in the chariot, which is the body. The intellect is the charioteer, and the mind is the reins that ropes. The senses are the horses, and the desirable things of the world are the thoroughfare on which we travel. If the charioteer is unwise and does not vigilantly restrain the mind, then the senses bolt uncontrollably like wicked horses. If on the contrary, if he is a wise and keeps firm hand on his mind, the reins, then the senses are in control completely, and the good horses with a competent charioteer. So it is a state of self-control such as aimed at the Vedanta is attained. And the firm control of the senses is what is called a yoga. Ekadashi Vrat, and also taking sannyas according to our way of life in Hindu Sanatan Dharma, are all advocating that one has to control the senses, and not by mere knowledge one can feel the Atma within. Once if the Atma is felt, the Paramatma can be reached very easily. The firm control of the senses, what is called as the yoga. The effort and vigilance that secure The sense organs and the mind go by the name of yoga, an oft repeated but much misunderstood word. Yoga is not a mystic physical exercise in postures giving unusual powers over the body. It is self control rendered into a habit. Your Sandhyavandan is a yoga. Your Aradhanam, Bhagavat Aradhanam is a yoga. Yogadashi Vrat is a yoga. If the state of self control, such as aimed at the Vedanta, is attained, one can see the Atma that is lodged within us. The state of mind reached through self control, internal peace, has to be maintained with vigilance. The aspirant often finds that the state of mind he has reached after difficult yoga has just melted away. Vedanta warns the aspirant against this. The path of yoga is constant effort and unrelaxed vigilance and perseverance. Any lapse of vigilance results in the disappearance of the Atma, what we have seen. The Atma that was seen for a while again disappears in the body, and its passions, delusions, and we again mistake the one for the other as we did before. The firm control of the senses is what is called yoga. Vigilance is necessary for this. Without it, yoga is often acquired and lost. So we have found answers for 3 questions. Why character is a condition prerequisite for knowledge? It is. A pure mind is needed. The paths of bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, and karma yoga is one and the same. Yes, they are interconnected.